Did you think this man was crazy? Actually, he was trying to fix the leaking fuel line on the plane. He tore off a piece of special tape and wrapped it around the pipe. But when he was returning, he slipped and almost fell to his death. Trying to get back to the cabin, the rope around his waist got caught in the wheel. The woman quickly cut the rope and pulled him back, but his hand was broken in the process. Using nothing but her hands, she snapped a coat hanger and used it to splint his arm. Though the fuel leak was fixed, they only had 6% of their fuel left. To save as much as they could, they threw everything out of the plane, including the body of the dead pilot. Little did they know, the items would land near a fishing boat, leaving the old fisherman utterly confused. Just as he was about to toss the box of vodka overboard, the man stopped him, suggesting the alcohol contained ethanol and might work as fuel. Injured, the man couldn't refuel, so the woman took over. She climbed onto the plane's wing and fought against the fierce winds. The captain, still at the controls, passed her a bottle of alcohol through the window. When she tried to open it, the bottle flew away due to turbulence. She went back to the captain to get another bottle, waiting for the winds to die down before trying again. This time, she managed to get the cap off and poured the whole bottle into the fuel tank. Then she kept at it, draining several more bottles into the tank. After 5 bottles, she finally returned to the cabin, relieved. Her boyfriend had good news too. He thought he saw a small island nearby. Although it was tiny, it might be their only chance at survival. Looking down at the endless ocean below, she realized he was right. They swapped seats, as his arm injury had worsened and he could no longer fly the plane. Now, their fate was in her hands. She put on the headset, changed the plane's heading, and steered toward the island. But despite flying for a long time, she still couldn't spot the island. Fuel was running low, and the man started doubting whether he'd seen it at all. But there was no turning back now. They had been flying for over 10 minutes, and it was too late to go back. The calm-looking sea had dangerous currents, and soon the plane's engine sputtered to a stop. Luckily, it was a glider, so they could still glide for a while, but the island was too far, and they had no power to get any closer. The man reassured her, saying they could still glide there at the current speed, but the descent was too steep. They crashed violently, knocking them both unconscious, and the plane plummeted into the sea. In a panic, the woman woke up, calling out to her boyfriend, but he didn't respond. Desperate, she unbuckled her seatbelt and tried to pull him to the surface, but she was running out of air. Unable to keep him with her, she surfaced for a breath and then dove back to the wreck. The man was trapped by the wing, so she shook the plane as hard as she could, then managed to put a life jacket on him and dragged him to the surface. Eventually, she got him to the shore. As he breathed in fresh air, he woke up. When she looked around, she realized the island wasn't an island at all. It was just a sandbar, and the tide was rising. In less than 2 hours, it would be submerged. Feeling hopeless, she looked around, but just as they were about to give up, a fishing boat appeared. It turned out the items they had thrown overboard were found by the fishermen, who followed the trail and rescued them.